Hello friends, how are you? Thank you for joining today again. So Shiku cannot join us today, he's a little bit under the weather, so hope he gets better real soon. And right now we'll just keep on diving on our application. For people just joining now, we're just watching now for the first time. We are building a profile custom website, like profile meets custom website kind of thing, with a portfolio where you can showcase either your projects or events or concerts as products, what you wish. We're calling it collections, and we are making it all customizable. So let's dive in, shall we? So I got hopefully everything up and running. So if you can please also tell me about the sound, if it's everything okay, that would be cool. One, two, sound. Free testing, sound, 1, 2. Hey Samuel, nice to see you again. Hope you enjoy the stream. Let me know if anything can get better, please. And yeah, let's do this. Yeah, thank you for the sound check. I'm always wanting to check something I try to do myself, but always better to double check with someone at home. Okay, cool. So we have our sail environment running our container for the web server, database, Redis, even Meilisearch and Selenium. So we are most likely good to go. So there we go. Let's log in. Admin at admin.com and password as usual. And okay, we are developing our application fully in Laravel Nova. So yeah, we already started putting roles and permissions. We see it in the last stream. I guess it's about time for me to make the guide or a blog post. Yeah, enjoying you're here too. Thanks, Samuel. So can't remember what was going on, so let me go inside. I'll just run PHP artisan test, and okay. Oh, there are some related to database, but I mean the ones we're doing, we'll take care of that later when we'll be doing that. So we have our collection item test, where we render a collection and we check that we have the keys that we need. Yeah. Okay. Let's just make a quick recap. So this is the collection item. So collection item test. Let's do it. And yeah, we're good. So let me bring back our, not design, it's a Figma file, but it's just a naive interpretation of what's going on. So the goal is to have profile page where we can see multiple blocks that will be customized by the user, and of course these are predefined blocks. So let's say there could be a block like this where you would choose let's say an icon, title, an heading, your picture, and so on. So all these you could customize within a form. That would be the first block, and then it would be rendered to what you change. And yes, that's it. This is basically it. How can we customize, you might ask? So let's head back to our to the application, and let's put it right here. And let's say this is the first block, and we will edit just like with this just filling the form for each block. So right now we have 2 blocks, and what's most amazing is that as developers we can also build this very quick, because we'll be having one PHP class and one JavaScript component for each block. So say we have the social media link, maybe it's easier as I can see both right now. Well, maybe the YouTube video, yeah, that's something more better. So for each form we want to see, let's say I'm gonna edit now, and we see that for a YouTube video we have these 4 fields, but say I will put another text just now, and from there we can add a new attribute to the field, to the block, I mean, and it will be used with a property in our view component. So you see, we can have a pair of files, backend and frontend, and we'll be keeping adding blocks to the application. Hey Pam, welcome back. Nice to see you again. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, so let's continue to do this. I think I want to make something better to elucidate. It's also time to build probably a blog post with a roadmap of what has been going on in the last streams, putting together the thumbnails for YouTube and so on. So what should I expect as a user? So maybe I will just put something just here. So I will say me as a user, let's say my YouTube handle, AJ Patricio. So where is the font size? Here we go. Maybe it's too much. So I expect not sure why it's like this. So text, me as a user. Okay, never mind. AJ Patricio, or as a user. I mean, I expect to have a profile, welcome page, so it's welcome page or profile main page, yeah? welcome or profile. And so this is a collection. If we are going to make pages as a collection of blocks, I guess this will have to be a collection with, let's say, I'm probably gonna regret the name, but we'll change it later. This will be like a Singleton collection. So what does this mean? What's going on with the... I'm not sure why the text is kind of weird. Yeah, I guess I have to still something more to master. Of course I have, but well, never mind. So this is a singleton, meaning we can have align top. Okay, so maybe I had something not so good here. Okay, I guess it's getting better. I don't know what the default is. I'm gonna say bottom. And what's this? Text align center. So I'm gonna go with left. So we can, as a singleton object in the collection, we can have only one, right? But we can have only one. However, we need drafts, right? We need drafts. So there can be only one active at a time. Okay, so let's reduce this. Maybe let's get a little bit of a different color, not so active. Yeah. Okay, so I think as a user we wanna, I'm imagining the need to make the welcome and profile page, and there is only one. Sure. And I think this could be pages, right? So it's a singleton. It's a singleton item, right? What's going on here? Okay, so way out of my comfort zone, so I'll get back to try align middle. Okay, cool. So I think we can have pages. So there's a slug for them, unique, only one. Let's say we can also have a contact, but no, not a contact, but maybe a... I don't know, maybe like... Yeah, let's go with a contact. Easier for everyone to grasp. So this could be singleton pages, but also we can have collections, right? So multiple items. Let's go. This could be, we can have multiple items published, status published at a time. This means we can have drafts, we can have drafts, and of course only the published will be showing, and this would be paginated or infinite scroll. And this would be okay, let's say I'm doing different blocks just for the sake of visuals. And here we are making a collection index, and we'll be leveraging all these right from the collection items model. So this would be a collection index where this is a repeatable field, right? So can we write somewhere easy right now? So item 1, or let's say 4, right? So let's say it like this. Okay, item 2 and item 1. Okay, so this should have been like damn, item 16, 15. Oh, this is handy. 14, 13, and now we could have of course, so we should ungroup this, right? And I think this would be like this. Okay, you get the picture. So yeah, there are pages, singletons, only one active at a time. You can make a page like a singleton. Well, the welcome is default. Maybe we can make a second one, and then we make collections, and then I can make and customize Hey Francisco. Yeah, no worries, man. Hope you get better well. We'll get better soon, real quick. Get well. Yeah, he's trying to be on the chat. Don't worry. Have your rest. Don't worry, man. Guys, everyone, please let me know if you're enjoying where this is going. This is of course subject to change, and always interested in new opinions. So let's say I might have so let's say, for the sake of understanding, I can have one collection that could be open source packages, say OSS, like open source packages. I think this is not too much generic. It's a developer thing again, but so here we can customize shoes. So we'll be choose how every block will populate, right? So all collection items might have one block different. Let's say if I have another collection, maybe it's complicating too much, but let's say apart from open source packages, I might have projects like a portfolio, or let's say, yeah, so something more broad. Events or meetups, or concerts, or let's put, yeah, because concerts or books I want to talk about, or I don't know, so many stuff. It's very wide, really, the use cases that this can cover. I might want to talk about, showcase some softwares or computers, bicycles. No, I'm not sure if bicycles, but yeah, why not? Something broad like concerts, events, movies. I don't know. So just putting like a word cloud. So I can have different collections, and then also each collection will have a series under that collection, and it will have a display, of course, of how a book displays, right? So this goes to a book, right? And this goes to a open source package, so it can look totally different, right? I think you get the picture. So open source packages. So yeah, I think I'm more clear now on how the application is going to happen. So this is essentially the 80% use case. We register, we make our profile page, based in blocks that we will have in database or available to choose. We might make a second page and we might create collections, and each collection will have items that might look different on each of them, right? So of course people can duplicate, but they don't have to, like they will not be limited to the thing. So yeah, what do you guys think? I think this can be pretty self-explanatory, but I'm not sure, so that's why I'm asking for some feedback. Please let me know now or later. So let's put our hands to this and maybe let's make this happen a little bit free ride here, and from here we'll see. Okay, so let me assert what can I do right now. We have been playing around with Nova and we have just one collection item, nothing, not any constraints. We have just been inserting. So maybe the first thing I may want to look into is, if I am a user, of course I will have collections. Okay, so we are missing one model that groups these collections, and the collection belongs to a user. So, and also these are collections, special Singleton collection, yeah. Okay, so that's cool. So, a user has one or more collections. Each collection has one or more items. Also, each collection, if collections are singleton, are pages, so each collection just has one show, right? This is the show picture. But if collections are default, standard collection, like it should be, yeah, collection of things, so each collection will have an index listing every item, and then we can visit to every item. Okay, I'm kind of happy with this flowchart kind of thing, mock-up something. It can be good to clear things up. So let's see how this goes. Let's just make, we already have users, so let's make a collection model and migration, resource, all the thing, and start to think about this kind of stuff. So PHP artisan, make model with a migration, and it's called collection. Oh, this is not going so well, because then there will be the collection collision word. But it's okay, it's under a different namespace. So collection, cool. Okay, so this is weird, taking so long because it's Docker in the file system. So PHP artisan and Nova resource also for collection. Cool. So what do I expect from a collection? Let's try to think a little bit. So what's a collection? How does a collection identifies? So I'm thinking so first of all, it belongs to a user, right? So we should have a foreign ID for user. So that's something. Not only that, each collection should have a slug, right? And should be by user, right? So there's a string with a title. Also with a slug, and there should be a unique index that will join user ID and slug as an index, and there can be only one collection with the same slug per user, and that's what we'll be using in the routing to find the collection, right? What more do we need? We need to know if it's a singleton collection, because how to treat the related items. So I'm gonna go with a boolean for a is singleton. What else do we need? There's a welcome profile, contact, there's a page. So it will have many items. So this ID will be a foreign key in the collection items table, just like user as the foreign ID here. So I think we're kind of good to go. I'm always thinking there's something more. And yeah, we are subject to change, no worries. So let's check our collection items table that we did in advance just to play with Nova. And right now we're getting down into business. So this is the flexible content. We should have the foreign ID for the collection. So app model collection. So they can also have a title and a slug. I'm thinking we could go with the same strategy, not sure, but we'll play with it a little bit. So collection ID and the local slug, because we have to find only one record when if we'll be eating like HTTP. So we have our project that we need a name for these guys. If you try to think of something that is original, please let us know, that would be cool. So we are going to our project X and we will put our username, right? And typically I'd say we would have a welcome or just like nothing. This would be the welcome singleton, mandatory, no option, right? So we can have just like a second page, I would say, that has the slug contact. So another singleton. Singleton. We can have a second page, so this could be so of course this is optional, so I guess that's redundant. So what else? We want to go username. So I think this could be, oh, I think we can do something like this and like this. Nope. We want to do something like collection slug, right? And this will be the index for that collection, index view for the collection, right? Am I missing something? Please guys, let me know. Oop. And collection item. Collection item slug, right? So the detail view, so the item detail, right? Show item, item show. Yeah, you got the picture. So okay. So yeah, I think this would be okay. So I want to make sure this collection name, which is a singleton, yeah, it's a slug and it's unique. So when we are making a collection, yeah, so this is essentially the same. So it can be a singleton collection. Damn it. Or it can be an index view, right? So it's the same. Because there should be only one for each handle. I mean the foreign ID and the slug will lock at one row, one record per user. So I think we're kind of set for now, at least. I'm not sure if I'm missing something. Let's do it. The collections table will have a title, slug is singleton. Okay. So what does the database header have? Yeah, they have one first collection item, so this won't be updated, so it will probably fail. So PHP artisan migrate fresh seed, and sure enough it failed because collection ID doesn't have a default value, and that makes totally sense. So let's just migrate fresh and we'll start over. We'll have to change a few stuff, but that's okay. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting to have, well, an empty database, right? Because we didn't migrate our user. So let's just comment that out for now. And I could just DBC it, but this is a lazy programmer. Okay, cool. We got our login again, and sure enough, we have collections that will have collection items. And right now, let's create a collection, and we won't be able to, of course, because we need to go into our Nova collection resource, and that's it. So let's find title by the title. Let's search in title, and that's it. We'll have a text for the title. What else? The slug will be generated. The is singleton should be a boolean. Okay, so not sure if I'm going to call it a singleton. At least I'm not sure if I'm happy. Singleton. Okay, let's see. Singleton is a page. I think it's better, right? Is it a page? One page only? Yeah, I think it's better like this. And let's also say our help text. Right? And let's say whoop. If checked, this collection will only allow, well, not only allow, it's a draft. This collection will only allow one item, therefore a page, therefore a single page. I think this could be better. Hey Samuel, new feedback. Nice. So, yeah, I was about to say collection slug cannot be contact. Cannot be contact. Would need to mark it as reserved, but you clear the here. So I'm just not sure what you mean by this. Collection slug cannot be contact. If you can clarify, please. So one page only is singleton. Okay, this is cool. So we should have some fields. This collection will only allow one item, therefore a single page. Oh, on the routes, right? So now that makes sense. Yeah. So I think all went, all finished okay, or do you see do you still see something that I could change? So where was it? Collections. Whoa, where was that? Collection items, yeah. So I think you can move this out of here, maybe into the routes file, probably. Yeah, so maybe we have already this one here. Cool. So handle slug slug, and of course with a fallback if not found. Well, not found, right? Yeah. Thanks, Amo. Thank you so much for all the enthusiasm. It's cool. Let's go. So that's a single page collections. Yeah. So what do we have to do? We have to make sure that when we create a collection, it should generate the slug and it should associate the user. Okay. So okay. Let's do this. How shall we start? Okay, with the model, most likely. With the collection model. Oops, not this folder. So it's right, fresh and clean. So I would start to make the relationship for the user that will return a belongs to, right? Not to many, but to one. Belongs to. Whoa, not. What are you doing? I'm with my mind somewhere else, still in the fields, right? So it's a method that will return an instance of that relationship, and this belongs to a user class, right? Cool. So not only this, but we're also gonna make an observer, right? So let's make not another file, but just in the construct. So construct, right? And then I think it's like this, creating. So it will be before the save. Now we will have a closure and we'll make it a long function. Here we'll get a collection instance like so. Cool. So collection slug is going to be string. Well, maybe I'll use the new helper. I think I'll enjoy. So string of collection title, and then I'll just slug it, separated with a dash. That's cool. So let's turn this into slug. Also, I'm thinking unique identifier, but I don't think so. Not gonna be needed. Also, not only for the slug, but also collection, user, and how is this? Associate. I have always some trouble to find the methods on the relationship. So auth user, right? So when we will be creating, we will mutate these two attributes, and if all goes well, we'll be able to do that. So also on the field, I think we don't need to show the user where it belongs, but we will surely need to only display that user records, so we'll be making sure of that. So that's cool. Let's reload. I'll try to save my first collection. I'll just make it the welcome page. Simple, one page only. Let's see how it goes. And the collection was created, so that's cool. Let me run. Maybe we'll see it here. So PHP artisan tinker, and I'm gonna say it's ID1, so collection find one, right? And sure enough, it's associated with user ID 1, and we can see the slug was also generated, or else it wouldn't even have a default value. So I think we're good for now. And what's more, okay, what's more, let's create a second one. Let's create the contact. Oh, now I see. If we have the active or is draft, that should only apply to the collection. Yeah, I forgot this field. No worries. So contact, it's also Singleton. But then there's also another user, right? Or wrong? How was that? So seeders. Yeah, so there's only one user. Okay. Let's make a seeder, if that's okay. Oh, 1 hour is passed. Damn, things go by real quick. So PHP artisan, make seeder, users table seeder. So this is cool. We'll just move it here. Oop. So the users data table. Users table seeder. Sure enough, inside we will have generating an admin user. We'll also generate a user. I don't know. Let's call it I don't know. Project text will. I don't know. I just like to have user and admin. It will be easier. So I'm thinking to make something funny for now, like Superman and maybe Batman, and this way we can have a little bit fun with seeds. So all these are different users, so when Superman goes to edit stuff, of course he can't be able to display or modify or whatever related with him. So this calls exactly for a policy that applies a rule on each model. So rather than a permission, let's see how it goes. Okay, so Samuel is asking, in future, is there not a likelihood of slug collision? But fixing that will complicate the code, so let's move on. So, why do you see a slug collision? Because, oh, you mean like if a second one is generated? Yeah, we have to, sure, and I was passing that. So there should be a rule, and we'll see how we can do this in Nova. First of all, text title, it should be a string. It's required, right? It's a string, and it has a min 2 chars, let's say. I don't see it with less. And also we have to make a rule that the slug does not exist on database, of course. Yeah. So let's try to do that, just that. So it's validation and so when we are editing, yeah. Because, yeah, now I know what you mean. We should be adding, checking in the database and adding a number incremental on every slug. But also each slug, yeah, each slug, there can be just one published at a time. Yeah, so this is right. Yeah, and I'm going to follow your suggestion and let's move on. We'll be able to do that also. So after creation it's a little bit too late. So after, yeah, so after the first validation we have to validate something more. Creation. Oh yeah, after creation validation. And I'm assuming if it has errors, it failed, so yeah, we will be able to act here in the after validation hooks. That will be in the resource. So Laravel generating unique slug in database. So what can we find? What can we find? So here we are checking if we are creating a slug manually, and if the slug that we are generating right now exists, Then we are retrieving the latest ID where this title is title, exactly the same. We'll skip one, get the value slug, and whoa, it's max -1. Whoa. Kind of difficult to understand. We all know what we need, but let's see if I can find something easier to grasp. But that was the direction, yeah? If it does exist, we have to generate something that does not exist. Something else we can do is also with unique identifiers. So two users can have same slug but no duplicates for the same user. Like I said, it's likely to complicate things at the moment. Yeah, it does. For sure we can do this later. Two users can have the same slug but no duplicates for the same user. Yeah, because the thing is, I think I locked that really good, because when we are adding a collection, so each user can have just one slug. So let's say you are adding or duplicating the welcome page, and you will make it as a draft, and you want to preview while making changes before publishing. You will not be able, because this unique will lock you, right? So my guess is I will leave it as it is right now, and for sure we will hit this wall and we'll fix it there. Okay. So I think we also have to wrap it up. We're making 1 hour. But it's okay. So one person. So this belongs to Miss Valentine Johnston, which is the admin. But also I want to go from other. So let me just come here. Let's find our inverse seed. Inverse seed without index, and I want to see the inverse seed, the collections table. Okay, so no index, does not have a dash, if I remember well. So we just generated a seeder. Okay. Yeah, never mind. Collections table seeder. That's it. Okay, and we just generated this file. So when I'll migrate fresh, it will still be with these records. So PHP artisan migrate fresh seed. Whoop. So we want to migrate fresh seed. You are right, it does not. Now it does. Cool. So changes have been made to this file. Oh right, it added that for me, but let's just check. Collections table seeder. Yeah, it was just slow because IO in Docker mapped file system is a little bit slower in macOS. What do we have here? We have that Yanis Doyle, the admin user, has these two contacts, while the problem is, nope, not this that I wanted. I wanted this, and I want to come here, and I want to log in as Superman. And yeah, so sure enough, we have two users and we are watching the same pages, so this is not good. So let's just fix this and call it a day for today. Okay, so I'll try to find the query for the resource. So not this resource, so of course it must be a Nova resource. And let me find. So I really hope we can do this easily. So these are registering resources. So this is polling, it's not this, not the redirect. No, I wanna searchable columns. No, it's not this. So let me try to find. So maybe we'll apply a global scope. Maybe, I'm not sure if that's the way. Whoop, I forgot to hide this stream. So let's make an engineering Google again. So Laravel Nova, apply. Yeah, it's the face. Let's say it like this. It's totally the match, the face for a global query scope that will be always applied, and when we don't want it, we will explicitly not apply. Let's say filter resource browsing. Maybe I overlooked something. I don't think so. Yeah, just oh, 3 years ago. So yeah, so this is a filter, so this is not what we want. This would be a filter that the user might want to change here, so that's something else. So yeah, this query is what we get in the filter. Yeah, no problem, Samuel. Samuel saying, yeah, database protection will prevent that scenario, and there was a minor distraction while we were looking for that, but that's okay, no worries. João, welcome back, nice to see you. Thank you so much. So let's continue to build this. So this resource, I'm guessing, oh yeah, the index query. So this is nice. Scout query. So we can override this method or just apply the global scope. The detail query. Yeah, I think we'll be good with the scope. I'm just not familiar enough, so let's find Laravel docs, scopes, eloquent scopes. will we find it here? So query scopes, global scopes. So constraints to all queries for a given model. Okay, so what do we need? We need to make a scope and apply a callback on top of a builder having a model given also. So cool, let's do just that. So PHP artisan, is there a scope method? Yes, there is. So what's the convention for a scope? So ancient scope. Oh yeah, so a suffix, prefix, and a suffix of scope. We can even make it inline. I think I'll just make the class. Make a scope. What should it be called? So user collections. So owner. Yeah, collection owner scope. Yeah. It's the scope to the owner of this collection. I think I'm okay with that. So let's come and where shall I find the scope? So scopes, models, right. So when there's a builder, yeah, and then add it in this model. Oh, it's in static, yeah. So all the magic will happen then. So let's make this. Let's go to the collection, and we already are to the collection model, and so this is the event that's happening. Also, we want to add a global scope that will be adding the collection owner scope, and I think we're good to go. So we will mutate the builder object, and we will say let's find where let's apply it more code. Where relation is this? Okay, so let's do it. User whoop. We could also, but I could also write user ID and auth user ID. Oh, damn it. So where the user. Oh, and also the column. Okay. I was hoping closure illuminate database query expression or string. Okay. So ID should be equals to auth. Do I have an ID? Yeah, cool. So I'm really hopeful that I will still be able to see my two collections that are singletons. Okay, so global scope must be an instance of closure or scope. What happened here? Let me check. Global scope must be an instance of closure or scope. Oh, an instance. Okay, so my bad. Should I instantiate it or okay, or give it a callback? All right. Sure enough, I hope. Okay, so we don't have a user. App models user. What happened here? So so it's just user that we call on the method. So it's with that notation, and sure enough we see these contacts, and hopefully this is another user, so we won't see any items, and we don't, so that's pretty cool. So even so, nothing is guaranteeing the rest, because as we can see, if with this user still we don't have a policy, we are just limiting the query. Yeah, so if we try to visit the detail of that of a non-belonging collection, is still possible. So we'll have to fix that, but we'll leave it for the next episode, and we will do that. And yeah, things are going cool. If you have just joined, I will just make a cool representation. Now it's better. So this is the Project X application. We need a name for this, so please help. Where we will be able to having foundational blocks, we will edit them, not edit but customize by filling out the form or uploading images or whatnot. And from here we can make our own pages. And what are the pages that we are possible to do? So we can make singleton pages. The welcome is mandatory. We can make optional just pages, and of course we can have collections of items where we showcase multiple collections. So I just made an example with open source packages. And also you can make a collection for computers or books or concerts or movies, events, softwares you want to talk about. So you can make your own thing right here. It will be flexible enough. So yeah, that's cool. So if you have any questions, now is the time. Any more thing you want to say? I want to welcome you very much for joining along in this ride. Everyone, thank you so much, everyone who joined, I mean live. João Pires, Samuel, Pam, Francisco, thank you so much for joining. I don't see any more messages, so I think I'll just call it a day. I wanna thank you again for watching. I'll just prepare to close, and I'll just call it a day. Thank you. See you on the next one, and happy coding. Ciao.